Hugo. And guys, this one's going to be a fun one tonight.
And there's some new faces for both of these club teams. A lot of turnover for Team Ballers. And Union Elite has recently added a new face named MP.
And I'm curious about how all the newcomers blend in with the core players who have a bit more experience of playing together.
I mean, look, it's never easy fitting in as a new player. And for a guy like MP, it can be a challenge to find his spot on the team.
And the debut here for MP. Nobody knows too much about him other than he's from Vermont. Interesting to see how he fits into this team.
Starting tonight for Team Ballers, Cody Etherington is at the point. Jaden Moore is going to be their slashing shooting guard. Then Bertie and Rodriguez are filling in at the forward slots with Pasco patrolling the paint. And looking at Union Elite's starting lineup tonight, they've got MP and Mitch Mitchell at the guard positions, with Jake Bird and Brandon Harris manning the forward slots, and Drew Robert rounding things out at center. Second chance shot, and it's laid in by Harris.
Gotta give Harris credit for getting after it on the glass. He earned that second chance bucket.
And with MP, I know several teams were interested in having him join their club.
Well, there isn't much tape to work off of for MP. He's truly a question mark on this roster, but the coaching staff thinks he's raw, and they must have seen something to take the risk with him.
Well, you look at Jaden Moore, and it doesn't take long to see why he's on the 2K U250. Great instincts at attacking the basket.
And he's not the biggest guard by any means, but he is incredibly slippery when getting at the D. He's very hard to stay in front of, and he's a surprisingly consistent finisher around the rim.
Bird outside. Here's MP. Lets the three fly. Another miss by MP. Inside, Etherington for three. Moore, and Team Ballers another three.
And when Moore's shooting while in rhythm, he's a major threat. Fantastic execution off the catch.
Down low. Now Harris.
I like the assist on that last play. He knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be placed.
And guys, as we mentioned, MP recently breaking into that 2K U250 list.
And look, that might seem low, but to be anywhere on this list means you at least have some serious potential. Nobody's quite sure what development path MP is going to take, but there's a feeling that he has a high ceiling.
Here's MP. The three. He makes that one drop. Only his second in 5 goes.
And maybe the D will step up on him next time. He's proven he can knock down that shot.
Pass to Pasco. Moore on the wing. That falls. Great assist by Pasco.
Like seeing Moore show he's got some fire. He's tired of being on the circuit.
And he's going for the oop here.
What a pass, and he lays it in with the circus move.
So smooth.
He could have fouled that up trying for a big slam, but nice work just to go to the layup.
Team Ballers trailing. Etherington with it. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. Timeout called here as Team Ballers decide to talk it over. And in club league play here in the WCBL, these kids get such a wealth of minutes in such a short amount of time.
The games come fast and quick, and honestly, there's a lot to learn on the fly, but there's a ton of opportunity. And for some players, it can be a bit overwhelming.
And the go-ahead bucket is no good. And Union Elite with possession. From deep, it's MP, and it's Mahil with the rebound. And here Team Ballers have it. Trailing by 2. Pass to Westerhoff. Here's Summers. With just 5 to shoot. Dykstra. And Team Ballers miss again. Here's Kolish to the left side. Outside for Diaz. Kolish from deep, it's MP. He can't hit it that time. And now looking over at the bench for the Union Elite, Coach Weber is one of the more established coaches here in the WCBL.
It's true that Coach can be a bit tough on his players at times, but he knows how to get the most of them. I know a lot of his former players really appreciate the approach he had.
Here's MP. He's got 6. They set the screen to the inside. Nails the baby hook.
Nice job getting down low for the easy shot.
So it's Team Ballers now. 4-point game.
How do you start building momentum and energy? With dunks like that.
Defense just has to adjust. You can't allow the other team to just own the rim.
And until they do, expect more plays like that one.
Launches a 3. Another shot. Scoop to the hoop and in.
Great job keeping the play alive. Those are hustle points.
Here's Dykstra. Kicks it to Summers. Here's Mahil. 17-footer on the way. Kolish grabbing the board. For a lot of club players, this is their first time learning a role other than being the star of their team.
For many of these guys, they were the best that their school had to offer. But in this league, the skill level and competition here is much higher. And look, at the end of the day, not everyone is going to be the offensive star of their team, and that's so important for the development of these guys, to learn how to fill the role that's needed.
Here's Summers. Pass to Dykstra. Here's Mahil. Can't hit from the elbow. Here's Kolish. And again, a Union Elite knocked down the 3.
I don't care how far he is from the bucket. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from long range.
To the paint. Here's Summers. Diaz with the block. Here's MP. Takes a 3. And Union Elite knocked down another 3. One thing that the players need to balance in club play is focusing more on winning versus stuffing their own stat sheet.
It's a chance to show your skills in this league. And of course you want to win the game, but win or lose, at the end of the day, scouts are factoring in your individual performance as well. So if you want to get noticed, you better be playing your best out there.
And the basket by Mahil.
He's able to find a seam in the defense and just lay it right in.
They set a pick. And here's MP on the outside. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
He is cooking something spicy from downtown. How many more threes can he hit today?
He's like an astronaut finding space out there, and he's in rhythm.
Here's Summers. Pass to Wong. Here's Westerhoff. Wong. Offensive board. The shot from Mahil, no good. Now here's Diaz. On the wing, it's MP. The tray. Another miss by MP. So we conclude the first half. Union Elite ahead, leading by 14. And we step aside now for a short break. Stay with us. And guys, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere so far.
A bunch of assists for him before halftime, per usual. He got them a lot of easy baskets.
Hey, when a passing lane opens, he'll thread the ball in there in an instant. He is a talented distributor of the basketball.
And something to note about MP, I heard he was training with Dion Benjamin to help prepare for this one.
And if you don't know about Dion Benjamin, he has a well-known open run. A lot of talent has come out of there. And to see MP working out with him, that's certainly a positive in the eyes of many scouts. A nice-looking 3-ball by the guard, Etherington. You can't afford to give this guy room to shoot.
Here's MP. He's guarded by Moore. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer's offline. And it's Team Ballers. They trail by 11. And the basket by Etherington.
You can tell Etherington is used to fighting for it inside. At his size, he knows those looks don't come easy.
To the middle. A nice shot by Robert.
The man just makes plays. That pass is on point.
Now Etherington. 5 points in the game. Up top Moore from 20 feet out. And another bucket from Team Ballers.
At this point, alarms are sounding because it seems like Jaden Moore is making a statement in this game. He's tough to contain. I mean, it looks like he's feeling good out there.
For three, that falls coming off of Bertie's feed.
He's made his impact felt with a three-point shot today, and that's another big one.
That's where he's been getting a lot of his points. And with a couple more out there, we've got a real ball game on our hands.
Here's MP. 15 points in the game. Offline with the three.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last three ball. Back, but just couldn't get it to fall.
Team Ballers trailing. Here's Pasco, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
The shot's finally dropping for them in bunches, and the complexion of this game has completely changed.
That was the only thing that could have brought them back into this game. Everything had to start falling, and boy, they have gotten hot.
The lead is still theirs, but they needed that to keep it from shrinking further.
They might have the lead, but what they don't have is the momentum. So that was a big bucket for them.
Now here's Moore. He's got 16.
What a weapon that shot has been for him. He has been living out there behind the arc.
Especially now. This is a critical point in this game. His three-point shot could end up telling the story.
Here's MP from outside the arc. Drops it in from long range.
And comes right back with a three of his own.
Looking to match the three they just made. I love it.
Timeout called here as Team Ballers decide to talk it over. MP really making a difference out here.
They need to rethink their defensive strategy. He just keeps dropping those threes. They've got a real problem on their hands.
Now here's Rodriguez. Kicks it to Summers. And here's Pasco. Shot clock at 6. And again, no good by Team Ballers. And the two highly rated prospects in this one, MP and Moore. They've both put in a lot of work in this one.
The way that both Moore and MP have come out and given everything they have has been awesome to see. Great concentration and energy from both of them ever since the opening tip.
Now here's Bertie. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Summers can't hit it.
That's a low percentage look, plain and simple.
I have no clue. No idea why he took that one. Coach can't be happy with him at this moment.
Gets the three to fall.
And hey, whatever works. He found himself in a good position to score, and he does just that.
Kicks it to Summers. Shoots over Mitchell. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Here's MP. The three. Another miss by MP. Bertie goes in. Etherington, no good. Union Elite with the ball. And he's going for the alley-oop. Out of bounds, it'll go to Team Ballers.
When you're driving home, you're going to be thinking about...
And here's Pasco. Kicks it to Summers. Here's Mahil. Outside, Moore. Elbow shot. It's good for bucket number 9. He's taken 14 attempts.
That's textbook. Moore got to his spot, and he made the defense pay.
Here's MP. From the arc. Fires in the triple. Great ball movement. They're sharing the rock.
And they're keeping everyone involved and engaged.
Here's Moore. And another bucket from Team Ballers.
Look at those ball skills. Moore putting out the whole arsenal and getting the basket.
Here's MP. From deep. Doesn't go that time. Pass to Wong. Moore. Here's Wong. Pasco, covered by Robert. 5 to shoot. Back to Pasco. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. Here's MP. Fires the 3. And Union Elite knocked down another 3.
And this is how you finish a game. They keep adding to this lead and putting it on them.
It really speaks to how competitive these guys are. They're just going to keep playing until that final buzzer sounds.
Rodriguez with it. Etherington outside. Moore. And fouled hard that time, and he'll get 2 shots at the line. Whistle on MP.
We know Jaden Moore is a fighter. He's never been one to back off some close defense.
So both teams making some changes here. He hits the second from the line.
Not as productive a trip to the line as he'd have liked. They need all their free throws to go down at this point.
From deep, it's MP, and it's Mahil with the rebound. Here's Summers. Pass to Moore. Here's Mahil. Diaz covering.
All business assists from Jaden Moore. You respect his slashing ability, giving him chances to distribute on the run from overcommitting defenses.
From deep, it's MP. Drains the triple.
They came out of the break with a clear philosophy. Shoot the 3 early and often.
And the entire team has bought into it. They're loving the bombs away mentality.
Kicks it to Summers. Tries to break his ice. And he sinks the layup. Here's MP.
Who's got MP?
Let's go with the 3. And again, a Union Elite knock down the 3.
This run has really put them in the perfect position.
And with no signs of slowing, they aim to keep expanding that lead.
Now 9 seconds separate the shot and game clock. Nails it from 3.
Dropping a bomb from range. Moore saw an angle he liked and made it look easy.
On the wing, it's MP. Moore covering.
Stepping up to the challenge and returning fire from 3-point range.
Whoa, looks like we have a real battle from beyond the arc.
And now they decide to intentionally foul.
Not sure what that was about. Talk about a brain cramp.
That was completely out of left field. He lost all sense of time in the situation.
Here's Smith. So no problem for Union Elite as they get the win.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm intrigued by what we saw from MP in this one. This kid has a ton of potential. I wouldn't be surprised to see him moving up that 2KU 250 list. Can't wait to see more out of him.
And I agree, Danny. MP was impressive. And for Team Ballers, a tough loss for them.
I mean, Jaden Moore came into this one feeling confident and perhaps a little overly confident. He showed some flashes, don't get me wrong, but in the end, it just wasn't enough. Make no mistake, though, he's been around this game for a while, and he knows what it takes to learn and come back and win later.
Well, that'll do it for now. And for Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo, this is Joe Lamy. Thank you for tuning in.
Ooh, Jay Moore ain't got nothing on him.
Yeah. Yo, I thought bro would be better after all that smoke he was blowing.
Nah, today, you were hooping. I'm impressed.
We running this circuit, no lie.
Where we going to celebrate?
My God, this is your city. How am I supposed to know?
All right, I got a spot. You like it?
Hey, you got any girls pulling up?
Of course, bro.
I don't know. Y'all so straight-laced on this team, I ain't know if y'all talk to girls.
Being silly, bro. Look, meet me at the crib at about 8, and we'll go to the spot and meet up with the rest of the guys.
All right, I'm pulling up.
All right.
Look, they call this kid Thunder for a reason. And if you let him establish himself in the paint and seal you off, you're done. He's gonna put you in the basket. Oh, MP, nice of you to join us. Take a seat. As I was saying, Miles Stone is the focus. You gotta front him, denying the entry pass, but that means you have to be prepared to help. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And look, don't let him lure you to sleep. And I know he seems like a laid-back surfer dude, but he is a killer. You're gonna get to be 23rd in the nation and not be locked in every moment, and he is. Hesitate, he's at the hoop. Do everything with a purpose. All right, time for warm-ups.
Let's get it, y'all. I'm so sorry, Coach. Somehow I missed my alarm, but
You're not playing today.
What? Coach, come on,
You know
please.
the rules.
Okay, I messed up. But, Coach, this is the biggest game on our schedule. And you know how many scouts are out there.
I do. And they are going to see the players who cared enough to show up on time.
And I'm not fighting you on that. I deserve to be suspended. I'm just asking that you do it another game. Coach, I need this one.
You know how many kids I sent to the NBA?
I don't know a lot.
13. And I did it by holding them accountable.
This is unfair.
No exceptions, MP. You're late, so you are sitting. And if you think that's unfair, a lot more growing up to do than you realize. You're in street clothes today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast of the WCBL. Miles Stone leads the Surf City Waves up against Union Elite. And some news here. We're told earlier MP is serving a one-game suspension. Coach wouldn't go into any further details, but we'll update you as we find out more. In the meantime, Surf City has won the tip, and we're underway. And he slams it down, making it look so easy. Stone going to work on him, and that one's good.
This is what the scouts want to see. The level of dominance that Stone plays with near the rim is why he's so highly regarded.
Surf City on the break, and Stone with the thunderous finish. Dunk after dunk in this one.
Tough lesson for MP to learn tonight.
Stone working inside, kicks it out, and the three is good. Surf City extending their lead.
And the way that this Surf City team has picked apart and dismantled Union Elite tonight, hard enough for us to watch, but I imagine it's even harder for MP. They needed him tonight, and quite frankly, he let his team down by getting that suspension.
And this one is now officially over. Surf City comes away with a huge win. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, good game. Yeah, thanks.
What's going on, MP?
I messed up, Dion.
I heard. I talked to Coach.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's take a walk.
How bad is it?
Well, you cost yourself an incredible spotlight, and your ranking's gonna drop once people find out that you missed this game because of disciplinary actions. You got a slim margin for error here, MP. You got one club league season.
Listen, I grew up in a small town too. Okay, I understand what it's like to move to a new city, especially when you're young. You want to go out and meet people and talk to girls, and it's normal. But you're not trying to accomplish something normal. So you're going to be held to a higher standard. You've got to understand that.
I do. And look, I feel like an idiot, all right? I'm not even a huge partier or anything like that. I just got sloppy.
What exactly happened?
Honestly, I forgot to set my alarm, and somehow I left my phone on silent.
Somehow?
Look, Mr. Kelly, I got sloppy. I'm owning that. But it's not gonna happen again.
Well, it can't happen again, but you already know that. What you may not understand.
Good evening, all. Glad you could join us. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. WCBL action is coming up with the Union Elite facing off against the Attack from SAC.
Well, both teams have players on the 2KU 250 list. Harris for Union Elite and Drexel Carrington for Attack from SAC. Here's hoping they both wow us with their best tonight.
And the backdrop to all of this, the Interstate 5 battle. It's Sacramento taking on LA.
Hey, look, I don't care what level of basketball is being played. It's always important when it's Sacramento versus LA. There's too much history, too much bitterness between the cities on the basketball court to overlook.
I mean, here in LA, the scouts are always out for club play. But this game might be getting some special attention with some of the players on hand.
And the lineup for the Attack from SAC. Michael Pagan runs the point. He's joined by Edward Martinez in the backcourt. Drexel Carrington takes on the three, and it's the brothers Ivory and Austin Lund forming the front line. And looking at Union Elite's starting lineup tonight, they've got MP and Mitch Mitchell at the guard positions, with Jake Bird and Brandon Harris manning the forward slots, and Drew Robert rounding things out at center. That free throw, no good. And the big name that scouts are wanting to check out is Drexel Carrington, but they'll keep their eyes open for any talent who shows out tonight.
And a lot can change as a player develops over their youth career. But first impressions, they mean so much at any level. I'm sure the scouts will have plenty to digest after this contest.
Well, you talk about a player perfect for a role in the NBA someday. Drexel Carrington is the ultimate 3-and-D type of player.
And that's not to sell him short as a player at all, really. Carrington, he's just so comfortable outside in the perimeter. And defensively, he is a force.
Now Carrington. And it's blocked by Bird.
Can you believe this? Tenacity is what I'd say. That's the best way to describe Bird on defense.
The block. Oh. Hey, yo, right here.
6 to shoot. From the high post. Martinez can't get it to go.
That's a good shot from him. The offense should be happy with the chance they created.
Well, remember, guys, MP missed that game against Surf City. Apparently, that was for missing a morning practice, and the coach wasn't having it.
Look, the best thing that a young player like MP can do is use it as a chance to learn from his mistake. You can forget that these guys are still so young. And sometimes they need moments like these to understand what a coach expects of you.
Now Carrington fires for 3. That one falls, and the assist from Martinez.
This offense is at its best when Carrington is shooting the 3 with confidence.
Here's MP. He's got 5. And he lobs it up towards the rim. And it's finished off by Harris.
Oh, terrific job to go up and get that one. Nice hands. Harris with an agile move for a big fella.
SAC trailing here. Outside Pagan. Pass to Carrington. To the inside. Lund got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Well, it wasn't exactly a textbook pick, but he still managed to score. Good concentration to get that finish.
And for so many of these kids playing, not only are they trying to grow their game, but they're still growing up.
Well, we all know it can be a long and a winding path to responsibility at times. But for the most part, these kids in the WCBL, they're focused and beyond their years in terms of maturity, mostly, we'd say.
Begon, bring the ball up the floor. Lund misses. Here's MP. Now covered by Martinez. Here's MP. Pass now to Harris. Bird from deep. It's MP. Nails it from beyond the arc.
I like the decision making there for Bird. Well done.
And so here it's Sack. They trail by 3. Outside Pagan. Carrington for 3. That basket's good. Off to a fast start. 2 for 3. And with MP coming from a more rural town and Carrington coming from Brooklyn, they have almost completely opposite backgrounds, guys.
It goes to show that great talent and great players can come from anywhere. What Carrington and MP both have in common is a willingness to compete and a love for the game of basketball.
Now Pagan, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in this game from him. From the arc, it's rebounded by Robert. On the wing, it's MP. He's got 8 in this one. And again, a Union Elite knocked down the 3.
And maybe the D will step up on him next time. He's proven he can knock down that shot.
Pass to Carrington. Lund at the high post. And Lund slams it in.
While he's known for being a 3 and D guy, Carrington is also a very willing passer. Terrific feed in the pick and roll.
Inside, now Harris. And you watch Brandon Harris, you can see why scouts love him. Just absolutely gifted as a finisher.
And it's not just at the rim. Even though Harris is automatic down beneath the basket, he can attack a defense from multiple spots on the floor. Harris has everything you want from a scoring big man.
And you look at guys like Carrington, a 3-and-D specialist, such a needed commodity in the modern NBA.
And that's because so many teams spread the floor. They need a perimeter defender. Look at any NBA roster. They'll always be able to use a guy who plays tough D and can stretch the floor.
You have to love his efficiency from range in this one.
Valuing each and every possession, taking only the shots he feels he can make.
Now here's Lund. 5 points in the game. Nails it from 3.
And a 3 in response. Back and forth we go.
Right back at you. I love this competitiveness.
Here's MP. Leading by 5. Martinez outside. Shoots over Mitchell. Martinez can't get it to go. Mitchell with it. Martinez covering. The 3. And Union Elite knocked down another 3. And one difference between club play and high school, the game moves a lot faster at this level.
Everyone on these teams has to make a commitment to pursuing basketball. Reactions and decisions need to be quick because these players eat, sleep, and breathe basketball. This concentrated amount of playing time is helping to increase their collective skill level at a much higher pace.
Here's MP. 17 points so far. A nice shot by Robert.
It might take the whole team to contest Robert. He's that good and close.
Outside Pagan. Down low. Here. Shot's good. Pagan making the play.
Impressive job of creating that kind of look.
From deep, it's MP. Sack with the rebound. Now Carrington. He's got 11. Kept alive. And Lund slams it in.
Making the save. Lund was right place, right time where his squad needed him to be to win the second chance look.
From deep, it's MP. And it's rebounded by Martinez. Pass to Lund. Now Carrington. Off target from outside. On the wing, it's MP. Guarded by Lund. Here's MP. Fires from deep. Shot number 12 goes in. He's now made 7 of those.
They were looking for him on that possession. Beyond the arc, find some space.
Right side, Pagan. Martinez outside. Carrington gets the three to fall. Well, his ability to defend and shoot, there's a lot to like about Drexel Carrington. No surprise he's ranked 112 on the 2K U250.
You look at how Carrington has grown the last few years, and his court vision has only seemed to grow with him. If he can continue this trend over the next few years, he could be one of the best in the class.
And the attack from Sack call time here. The attack from Sack trail. Carrington with it. He's got 14. Pass to Mecca. Here's Hilton. Carrington for three. Jacks up a three. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in this contest.
You know, Carrington is always on the hunt for these types of shots. Any chance he can get to hurt you from range.
To the middle. Bullock. Good, and the assist goes to MP.
Boy, it is fun watching him at the controls.
Just the way he creates for his teammates. Such a willing passer.
Outside Carrington. Robinson from beyond the arc. And the attack from Sack with another tray.
He got hung up on a great screen and gave the shooter some wiggle room.
Yeah, for sure. If he sees any daylight at all, he's pulling the trigger.
Count it from distance.
And in just a blink, they answer back with a three of their own.
Mano a mano. It's partly a matter of pride right now.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's Union Elite. They lead by 2. Plenty of action still to come when we return. And now we're back, bringing you the second half of this WCBL action between the attack from Sack and the Union Elite. Union Elite lead. And in the back of the mind, for many of these prospects, they're aware that this is a tryout of sorts for the WCBL All-Star team.
Well, to land a spot on that stacked roster, I mean, that's an incredible opportunity and a great way to get exposure to top programs. But again, it's not all about the stats. It's about outperforming the other star prospects and doing things that set you apart from the crowd.
And it's stolen away by Robert. Makes it off the glass.
Simply feeling it tonight. Most everything falling in.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. He's guarded closely. Carrington outside. One with the pick. From deep. Kept alive by Sack. Carrington outside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Union Elite will have it. From deep, it's MP. And again, a Union Elite knocked down the three.
And what a run they're having. They simply can't miss right now.
Seriously, this is amazing. Everything they're putting up is going down.
Outside Carrington. One with the pick. To halt the run. Harris comes down with the board. Union Elite with the ball. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
Bird presses the attack and finishes the play nicely.
And here's Carrington. 20 points for him. And the attack from Sack call time here. Martinez up top from the stripe. And again, the attack from Sack, no good.
There's no rhythm or flow in their offense right now.
While on the flip side, their opposition is on fire. Got to stop this run somehow.
Outside Pagan. And he comes up with the deuce.
What are they doing? You can't afford to be lax guarding Pagan, especially when he's operating from the mid-range.
From deep, it's MP. Lund with the rebound. And it's Sack with the ball. It's a 13-point ball game.
Yo, right here. Ball coming, ball
Kicks
coming.
it to Pagan.
Get mine, get mine.
Lund. The shot's good. Pagan making the play.
Yeah, you thought you knew his game? Nope. Ivory Lund scores inside, but it's also someone you don't want to leave open on the outside either.
Watch the pin. Pin coming.
To the paint. A nice shot by Robert.
Fed his teammate off the bounce there. Nice.
Pagan, bring the ball up the floor. He's tightly guarded. Carrington outside. Shot clock at 6. No good on the triple. And Union Elite with possession. Well, guys, we talked a lot about both of them coming into this match, but MP is having a much bigger impact so far in this one than Carrington.
He is. He's been the more aggressive player so far. MP isn't waiting for chances to come to him. He's making things happen whenever he's involved in a play, and I like what I'm seeing from this kid.
Carrington for 3. Sinks the tray.
Oh, and it's looking like one of those games for Carrington, and even scarier for the other team. He tends to light it up with steals and deflections after he makes a few, and he can wreck you on both ends, a very unique wing in this league.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's MP. He's got 39. Now Martinez. Pass to Cunningham. Pulls up on the elbow. And it's the Union Elite with the rebound. Here's MP.
That's all you. Come around.
Launches it. Sends it home from three-point land.
And the story of the second half has been their shooting from long range.
Found their rhythm coming out of the break, and they're hunting those perimeter shots.
Hey, right here, right here.
To the left wing.
Stay there.
Martinez outside. Goes up high post. No good that time.
He just flat out missed it. And this is a shot he can make.
And here's MP on the outside. Cunningham brings down the board. Left side, Pagan. It's deflected. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Martinez outside. Pass to Cunningham. Pagan.
Right here.
To the middle. Lund. The shot's good. Pagan making the play.
Lund is attacking with confidence inside, making full use of his frame.
Come to me.
Here's MP. Buries it from three-point range.
He's the leading scorer in the game and has been the dominant figure today, no doubt.
Pass to Cunningham. Back to Pagan. Now Martinez. Here's Cunningham. Takes the 3. MP grabs the miss. Shoots. Sack grabs the miss. Returns it to Martinez. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And it's a thing of beauty when he moves the ball this well inside.
Now a timeout called by Union Elite. Here's MP. Launches a 3. Sinks it from distance. And it's Sack with the ball. They trail by 18. Down low. Lund. And Lund slams it in.
With authority, Lund just hammering down the slam.
From deep, it's MP. That shot, no good. Great ball movement. They're sharing the rock.
And they're keeping everyone involved and engaged.
From deep, it's Pagan. On target from long range.
Decisive action on the part of Pagan. doesn't give the D any time to get to him before the release.
Robert, a screen. Lets it go from deep.
The big fella earning his keep on the glass.
And there's the call on MP. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Union Elite. Carrington outside. Over Bird. Lund. And Lund slams it in.
Holy smokes, easy on the rim. Austin Lund bringing down the house.
Bird on the wing. Here's MP. Three-pointer. Yes, and a nice assist from Bird.
Terrific find. Everyone loves playing with someone who can move the ball like that.
Carrington outside. From past the arc. Rebound by Union Elite.
Hey, defense, nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. He just can't seem to dial it up this half.
From deep, it's MP. And Union Elite knocked down another three.
And this is how you finish a game. They keep adding to this lead and putting it on them.
It really speaks to how competitive these guys are. They're just going to keep playing until that final buzzer sounds.
I mean, this is why you got to be right up on Carrington, even when he doesn't have the ball yet.
And so Union Elite has it here. They lead by 14. Drops it in from long range.
This run has really put them in the perfect position.
And with no signs of slowing, they aim to keep expanding that lead.
Pass to Martinez. Three-pointer. And it's Carrington missing the look. Here's MP. Lets the three fly. Hits the three-pointer.
They've been so efficient on offense here in the second half.
Yeah, and since the break, these two teams have completely different shooting charts.
Back door, back door.
And there's the call on MP. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Get open, get open. Go over.
7-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Mecca. Cunningham, 6 on the shot clock. Hilton, Diaz covering. And again, the attack from Sack, no good. Here's MP. So no problem for Union Elite as they get the win.
Well, I thought the most interesting part of the game was watching MP show what he's capable of. He's got that moxie, and just the way he carries himself, he gives off superstar vibes.
And he makes winning plays. Of course, on the other end, you have attack from Sack falling short.
Yeah, and Drexel Carrington showed off his 3-and-D skills once again. But that alone wasn't good enough to get them the win. Still, he's got something that will garner interest going forward.
Well, that'll do it for now. For Drake Hugo, Danny Hager, this is Joe Lamy. Thank you for joining us.
And we'll catch you off in a second, all right?
MP.
Hey.
Great game, man. Hey, that's exactly what you need to do to get the scouts' attention.
Man, I didn't know you was gonna be here.
Are you kidding me? You're my client now. I show up for my clients. Plus, Dion said that if I didn't look out for you, he'd ban me from the gym, and I can't have that.
Really? That's why I love that guy.
Yeah, he's the greatest. Hey, listen, I got some news for you. I talked to my guy who knows things, and it's looking like you are a lock for the All-Star game.
Quit playing.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be lit.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go.
It's great. Hey,
Yes.
but listen, every game is a chance to raise or lower your stock.
Right.
So do not take your foot off the gas.
Never that, Mr. Kelly.
That's right. All right, man. I'll see you later, MP. Keep grinding.
Hey, thank you.